Heyo, what is up? Welcome back to Studio Spicy. I'm Sam. I'm Sam. That's it. That's all I got. I'm gonna turn this music down. Welcome. So I streamed this. I kicked up the stream just a second ago. Turned it off because I was having some problems with the upload speed, I think, because I was trying to upload to YouTube at the same time, which was a problem. You know, that's on me. Makes sense. I don't know why I expected to be able to upload to YouTube and Twitch at the same time, and that would just be fine. That would be a cool thing to do. Obviously not. So, we're back. Hopefully the frame rate's a little bit better. Hopefully the upload speed is a little bit better. It's still, it still actually doesn't look great now that I am on the channel. I'm trying to figure out what's going on here. I'm on the channel, and yeah, that is, at least on my end, not looking super good. So, turns out, maybe we just won't stream today, actually. Maybe it's not in the cards for us. Oh, golly. All right, well, for anybody that's tuned in twice now and has gotten like 5 total minutes of live stream content, for anybody that's like, man, I was really looking forward to that Studio Spicy stream today. Apologies. Okay, I see we have a few people here. If anybody wants to just like send a quick chat and like let me know what the quality is like, because it's very bad on my end, and I'm imagining that it's the same on everybody else's end. But if that's not the case, that would be helpful to know. I'm going to keep this open for just a few more minutes here and just kind of see if things don't sort themselves out, I guess. But yeah, if anybody wants to let me know how the quality is on there, and mostly talking about like frame rate, and I imagine the audio is probably pretty scuffed too if it looks as bad as it does on my end. So yeah, let me know. Drop a comment if you are experiencing similar issues. Yeah, I guess I don't want to get too much into things until we figure out what's going on here. Sorry, kind of a rough start to the broadcast. Let's pop open the task manager real quick. See what this has going on. Yeah, that's not great. That's not super great. Okay. Run a speed test real quick. See what that says. Yeah, so the download speed is killing it right now. The upload speed is struggling. Sitting at a cool, like, 5 megabytes per second. That's pretty bad. Frame rate is definitely choppy. Video itself is clear. Okay. That's good to know. Not the end of the world. It does look like it just picked up a little bit too. It does look like the quality just improved substantially. I want to hop over to Twitch and see if this is the case. Yeah, that looks better now. Okay, that looks better now. Okay. I think we might be chilling, actually. We're going to proceed as planned, I think. We are going to stream today. Cool. Well, thanks everybody for sticking around while I figured that out. Seems like we're good now. If quality deteriorates as we go through the stream, we'll just have to... yeah, now it just got way better. Okay, great. Yeah, that's what I was seeing on my end as well. So, all right, cool. If it gets bad again, let me know. I'll try to do whatever it was I was doing to make it work this time. But yeah, it was okay. For the time being, we're just gonna jump into it. So, hi. We are. This is Studio Spicy. We do game design stuff around here. Today, we're actually not doing game design stuff though. This is sort of a peripheral stream. We're designing a booth for Dice Tower West, which is a big game convention held in Las Vegas that I'm going to. It's at the beginning of March. Does anybody else get March and May confused in their head? To me, it's the same month. Why would you have 2 months super close to each other that both start with M-A? Could have spaced them out. Could have had it called like Warch, Just flip the M upside down. Anyways, start of March, going to Dice Tower, and we're getting a booth ready for it today. I got a little, let's go over to the desktop stream here. Got a little to-do list prepared. The plan is to look at last year's Dice Tower layout. Then we're going to do a little browsing, get a little inspired for next year's layout, for this year's layout, rather. And then we're actually going to hop into Blender and do some 3D designing. We're in Blender right now, but we'll get to this in just a second. And then we will shop for supplies. So shopping and designing will probably go hand in hand. Usually how it goes is I see something or I have like an idea, and then I hop on Amazon and see like what's available for a decent price, and then model that and then lay it out, and then it's kind of like a back and forth process. So yeah, that's how that'll go. So yes, we've got I guess let's just get started. Let's just get to it. So first thing is gonna review the old layout. This is the old layout. Here we are. This is our booth, or at least the mock-up for our booth from Dice Tower in 2023. So just kind of quick tour. Got our Play Classic sports stuff over on this side. The idea was for this table to be kind of dedicated to demoing that. Had some games on like a little shelving unit over here. Forget what we put on this table here. And then also had our new game scorecards debuting at Dice Tower, so we had some signage for that. Had this like PVC structure thing that I built that ended up looking okay. It was just okay. It was a little scuffed, but it got the job done. And then the idea was kind of to have Mike, the designer of this game, sitting like in a chair here and demoing it to people, and then we'd have a bunch of copies to sell and whatnot. So that's kind of what we're starting with. This year, we're obviously doing things a little bit differently. Don't have scorecards, but we do have a new game called Mythmash, which we're going to be showing off. And also to kind of get us started, I have so we wanted to go to Gen Con this year. Didn't end up working out. Gen Con said, actually, we're good. You don't need to exhibit at our convention. We're good. Which is a little bit of a bummer. But nevertheless, I put together like a 3D mock-up for that booth for Mythmash to show off that exclusively at Dice Tower. So that is this is what that was going to... Is that... No, this is not what that was going to look like. Hold on. Hold the phones. Let me find the actual layout for this. I pulled this up thinking it would be the right thing, and sure enough, it is not the right thing. And is it in the Gen Con folder or the Mythmash folder? I think this is going to be it. Close that. Oh, yeah, here we go. How do I close this? Yeah. Okay, so this is what that was going to look like. We got the banner up there. The same little shelving unit back here that we were just going to store a bunch of games on. Some vertical signage. Looks super sick. And then we're going to demo games on these two little stand-up tables. So this is yellow because my idea was to get like a giant yellow tarp and just kind of drape it across the whole booth, top to bottom to the floor here, and to get like some gaffing. What do you call that? It's like for gaffing wires. But like the little rubber things that you can walk over to kind of hold it all in place. And then get these stand-up tables and throw a yellow wrap over it. Super sick. I want to implement some of this still at our Dice Tower booth. Here's the game, by the way. Or at least like a rough 3D mock-up of the box. Mythmash. This game's so cool. This game is so cool. I can't wait to show it off. So yeah, we're gonna borrow some of this stuff as well. So I think that pretty much does it for reviewing our old stuff. Let's have a look at some new stuff. So I'm just going to pull this over here. So this is just Pinterest that we're on. 10 by 10 booth display ideas. We're just going to see what's out there. We're just going to do a little browsing. Just a little browsing. 10 by 12. Seems like as good a place to start as any. Something like this could be cool. So something that I'm trying to keep in mind is that what the heck is this? That's awesome. Something I'm trying to keep in mind is that the Mythmash games that we're going to be bringing are much smaller than the ones that we were going to be bringing to Gen Con. So since Gen Con was later in the year, we would have had our mass-produced Mythmash boxes in by then. Don't have them in time for Dice Tower, so they're instead going to be in these prototype boxes that are just like a... Here, I've got one. I've got one somewhere. It's just the size of like a trading card. Oh, it's like this. It's like this. This size box. Very small. So getting that to display well could be a bit of a challenge. Now, it's also not going to take up the entire booth. So I'm trying to think up how we're going to, one, display like a big stack of games and make it look like a cool display, and two, turn something that small into something that's going to take up enough space to have like a visual impact. So we could do something like this, except I think if I click on that, it's going to take me to Temu, which I'm absolutely not doing. You guys do any Temu shopping? I hate Temu. I hate Temu, and I hate the ads that I get for it. Let's look at like craft shelving. Oh, I just realized this is the wrong. I gotta bring this over here so you guys can see. Oops. Whoopsie. That's probably pretty confusing. Call them yellow jackets where you work. Sorry, I missed when this comment came in. What was that referring to? This is all like craft, like arts and craft storage. Not exactly what I'm looking for. Wait, this is sick though. I want my studio space to look like this. How long do you think it looks like that though? I give it 2 days. Yeah, horror stories from Temu, yeah. It's got to be the worst. There's no way that anybody actually receives things that they build on, things that they buy on Temu. I just see the ads and it's like, Nintendo Switch for $5, get it now. There's no way. No way. Let's go back to 10x10 booth design. Craft booth. I guess we might as well try searching game booth. I'm thinking that's not going to come up with anything really, but let's try. Oh, that's kind of sick. Oh, that's fun. The grass on the floor. Come on. That's so fun. I know this isn't games, but that is a great booth. It's like a little environment in there. I don't know if we got that kind of budget to put something like that together. That looks expensive. What are they gaming? Is that an Xbox? They're doing some gaming in there. Man, I'm so jealous. I want that booth. How do I get out of this? Okay, well, a guy can dream, right? We're going to put something together like that. Oh, wait, what is this? What? Same thing? No. Okay. I love that. That's so cool. Except, okay. Hear me out. It's kind of a waste, right? Why do you need seating in here? Who's actually going to come in and like sit down? You got to have something for them to do. I guess it's a battery company. Maybe they have like batteries. Maybe you charge your phone. Maybe everybody's in here charging their phone. I don't care. It's sick either way. All right, well, this is good inspo. Let's keep going. This is also very cool. And maybe a little more in our budget, although not really. What is going on in here? Holy moly. They built like a whole diner. Where is the thing that I was seeing? I was seeing something that looked much more. Oh, this is cool. A little photo op. Oh man, that's so cool. This is what I was seeing. Yeah, with like the little cutouts. Okay. Okay. I see you. That is very cool. Okay, so what do we like about that? I like, and what do we like that we can do reasonably? I like this like cutout um thing that they've got going on here. That seems like it shouldn't be too ridiculously pricey to get a hold of. And then they've got like a cool, I guess this is like a photo booth type thing. Big banner behind it. That's very doable. That is very doable. And then other than that, they've just got like some crates stacked up. Of course, we don't really have any. We need a place to display product. We need to display some product and hopefully play some games too. So this might be biting off a little more than we can chew as far as just fitting stuff into a 10 by 10 booth. Also, should keep in mind that it's not going to be all Mythmash at this booth. We're also going to be doing some Play Classic stuff, I think. TBD, actually. We might, we have this pseudo plan for doing Mythmash for a couple of the days and then like doing Mythmash for 2 days and then on Saturday switching things out and doing Play Classic for Saturday, Sunday. Just have a totally different booth. I don't know if that's frowned upon. Like just totally changing what the booth looks like halfway through the show. Probably not though. It's like exciting for people, for attendees. This is a cool booth. Where's the other one I wanted to look at? Oh yeah, I wanted to see this Game Boy one. Oh yeah. This is like a studio it's like a studio space. Yeah, that's really cool. Hmm. All right, well, we're definitely getting some good ideas. See, I love the ones like this, where it's like a little room. They build a little environment for you to step into. I'm skeptical though that I mean you can only do so much in 10 by 10. So like realistically, where's your salesperson going to stand inside of this? They're going to sit on this little chair, I guess. I don't know. Love the design though. Plants is fun. Having like some plants there. That's a nice look. Maybe we consider that. Hmm. All right, well I think let's let's just kind of get into it here. Let's start coming up with some ideas of our own. So let's change. Let's get this scene set up. Change it to feet. Nah, let's do inches. And start by just kind of making the floor of our booth so we know about how much space we're working with. And let's turn on, where's the thing we want to turn on? Edge length. Okay, so we need, first of all, this can just be flat. Ugh. So we need to be 120 inches long. That's way too long. 120 by 120. Cool. That's the size of our booth. The booth that we have this year is also a corner. In fact, I think it's the same booth as last time. So we can just kind of rotate this. Y-axis, x-axis? Yeah, 90 degrees. And that could just go there. And that can live there. Okay. So this is basically what our booth looks like. This isn't really a wall. In fact, we should probably indicate that. This is not a wall. This is just where the next booth begins. And so I forget exactly how they do it, if there's like a little partition between them. I forget. We're going to set it up like that for now, though. So we have people walking this way, people walking this way. Let's put a table in there now. I think they give you I think you get 2 6-foot tables. So let's, actually we can go back to our booth from last year and grab that. Oh, did I close it already? Oh, well, we'll make a new one. So 6 feet, what's that going to be? 72 inches. All right, that's 62. 72. Cool. And I think it's like, I want to say it's 1.5 feet wide. Should be 18 inches. Maybe it's 2 feet. 2 feet seems more like it. And then the height I really am not sure on. What's a standard table height? Hmm. 28 to 30 inches. Okay. Oh, one thing we wanted to change this year, though, was that I'm glad I'm remembering this now. So, my one observation that I've kind of made in going to various shows and stuff is that the booths that know what they're doing, the people that have done this before, seem to all have their tables at standing height, not sitting height, so that you can kind of capture people as they walk by. You don't have to invite them to sit down. You just, hey, you're already standing. The game's already in front of you. Let's just have a quick look at it. I think that's just the act of sitting is too much of a barrier to entry for busy convention attendees. And you want to eliminate as many of those barriers as possible. So, what's a good standing table height? Let's look that up. In fact, this might be a good time to get on Amazon and search for some of this stuff. Just kind of see what our options are. Standing folding table. Maybe standing height. See if we can look at this. I don't know what this is, but that's super cool. Not exactly standing height. I think this is probably what we're looking for. No, that's... So it goes up to 29 inches. That's not enough. We need something bigger than that. How do I search for that? Tall folding table. Oh my gosh. Don't do this to me. Yeah, here we go. Maybe this too. Let's look at this. This looks better. This looks like it folds in half. Okay, so what's the height on this bad boy? Oh, no, it's still only 35 inches. Well, that's not tall. That is just not tall. That's so much. Four feet is also not wide enough, I don't think. Yeah. Height adjustable craft, camping, and utility fold. Maybe that's what we want? 22 inches height? That's nothing. All right, well, maybe we don't need a shop right now. Let's just think about how tall do we want this to be. I'm thinking probably 3 feet at least. That's 36 inches. Let's see. If a person is, I don't know, 5'10". 5 feet is 60 inches. So 5'8" is 68 inches. Okay. All right. Well, maybe 3 feet is tall enough, because that's obviously too tall of a table. Oh, I've made a huge mistake. That's fine. So 48 inches is 4 feet. That is starting to look more reasonable. Maybe 3.5 feet. Maybe 42 inches. That's probably about what you want. Probably about what you want. So somebody's standing, they're walking by. Here's this game, it's on a table. It's already within playing distance for me. Okay. Gonna delete this now. Okay, so this is 6 by 2 by 4.5. And we're thinking that's about the size table we want. So we could just have a continuous table running all the way around the booth. So for that to happen, we would need this to be like 10 feet. Nine feet, maybe. 108. The past couple of years, or last year, I guess specifically, I experimented with like having a booth that people could walk into. I don't know that that is very practical. I don't know that anybody, we might have had a couple people maybe, actually walk into the booth the whole time, the whole weekend. So I think in general, probably doesn't happen too much, which makes me just kind of want to surround the whole booth with table space, so we have plenty of room. we do this? That? No. There we go. Let's knock this down to like 6 feet. Should be 72, right? Yeah. So that would give us a small little area to kind of walk in and out of the booth right here. And, you could even kind of scooch this back in a little bit, scooch this in a little bit. Now here's your booth. Okay. You know what? This also is not. I don't think these are 10 feet high. I think they're 8 feet. These little curtains that they put. So 8 feet is what? 96? 96. Yeah, that looks about right. So now we can grab this whole deal. Paste that in here. Whoa, why is that so big? How big is that thing? Obviously, it's not that big. It's like that's maybe, I don't know, 5 feet, maybe? Can you fit 2 of these across? Yeah, almost exactly. Yeah, we're just gonna say that's 5 feet. So we'll scale that down real quick. So we just need to grab this. Scale it down until it's that size. Wow, almost exactly. Nice. Okay, so yeah, that would definitely fit pretty nicely in there. Gosh, I'm remembering how tall this thing is. And with that in mind, these tables seem pretty tall. I don't know, maybe 30 inches is a tall table. You know what? We're going to figure this out practically. Be right back. Okay. I've been enlightened. I now think 40 inches is the correct height for this. And it is currently, it was 42 before. So we weren't far off. I think you could probably go as low as 36. Let's see what that looks like, just for reference. Yeah. That's probably cool. Let me do some fishing around for another thing real quick. I've got a file that has like a human person model in it. It's not this file. Where did that go? Oh, where did I put that? Did that do anything? No. Import OBJ. Let's find it. Oh, he's huge. Okay. No. Yes. All right, this is helpful. Okay. So that's like an average person standing at this booth. Could they play a game at this table? I think so. Would they have a better time playing a game at this table, which is a little bit taller? Now, that seems too tall. So that is 42. Is 40 ideal, maybe? It's 42. This is 36. Or this is 40. This is 36. That seems pretty ideal. Yeah, all right. We want a 40-inch tall table. Cool. Well, now that we know that, we can move forward. So let's get a little box in here that's the size of MythMash, just so we have a point of reference here. So this thing is 1 inch, 1 inch tall, a little more than 3.5 wide, a little more than 2.5 length. So 1 inch. By 2.5, 2.6 maybe, something like that. And then this is going to be 3.6. Okay. So there is our tiny, tiny game. How do we want to display these? I'm thinking some shelving probably right here, like that stair-stepped shelving. It'd be cool to be able to kind of like lean it back a little bit, so it's at just a tiny bit of an angle. You know what? Start with this. So maybe something that's like 3 feet long. No, 2 feet long. 2 feet is plenty. And you know, kind of goes like this. It's just like a little shelf, basically. And then I guess you do something like this. You see what I'm saying? Then have the game ready to play right here. It does take up a decent amount of table space, so this is probably correct. That's probably about what you want. And you could fit, you know, several of these things over here. What'd be nice is if they could like kind of lean back just a little bit. Don't know how you're going to do that exactly. Yeah, something like that. So you get 24 games up. I mean, of course, you're restocking that as soon as somebody grabs one off of there. But, yeah, I mean, I think that looks pretty nice. Yeah, I think that looks pretty nice. Be cool if there's more stuff. Probably have a sign. Let's get that. Do we still have the Myth Map booth up? Yeah, we do. So we just copy. Paste. And again, that is far too big. I forget exactly how tall these things are. You know what? It's probably a good thing to figure out. So we get these from a company called U Printing. And what do they charge for a retractable banner? What are their options? So, okay, so it looks like they get an 80-inch. Okay, they're both 80 inches tall. We probably go with the wide one. Because if I remember right, yeah, that's 109 versus 90. Yeah, it's like $10 more for the wider one. So we'll get the wider one. Unless thinner makes sense, but I don't think it will. I think we want the wide. Oops. So let's just see here. How tall is this? $108. Yeah, that's still way too tall. Well, not way too tall. Maybe that. Maybe that. You know what? Let's just make a new one. Delete this. So it is 80 tall. Oops. And 33.5 wide. Yep. So I'll probably put it something like this, kind of at an angle. Like that, I imagine. Maybe we don't want one on the corner this year. We could instead put it kind of like over here. And it's probably clearer that this is the side of the booth that's for Myth Mash. Probably means we have to change this layout a little bit. What did we say 8 was? 92? 96. Yeah, maybe these are both 6 feet. What does that look like if this drops down to 60? No, 72. This is also 6 feet, right? Yeah. Okay, so I don't hate that, actually. That's probably good. And then this can kind of go like this. Maybe block the entrance a little bit. So we just kind of sneak behind there. And then this will be the Play Classic banner. And this can come back a little bit. It'd be cool to have something here. To fill this little corner. Thinking. So we do have this like little corner shelving unit that could go there. I already have it modeled in last year's booth layout. We'll open that back up again for a second. Just grab this real quick. Of course, it's way too big. What did I end up scaling this down by? 0.295. Let's see if that gets this right. Yeah, that looks right. If I remember right, these are about 5 feet tall. Yeah, it's a little weird. It's a little weird because you still have all this extra table space. If these tables aren't quite that thick, it becomes less weird. So if the tables are, say, 1.5 feet, 18 inches, now that's not so bad. What we put on there is still kind of a separate question. But just for now, I do kind of like this. So here's what I'm thinking right now. I saw this video a while ago of this guy that sells like art prints at anime conventions. And he's got this booth that has like a covered awning that kind of goes over it. And he was showing how he put it together. And seemed pretty easy. Seemed like something we could do. I'm going to look into it real quick. I think the channel's name is Inkwell, but I could be wrong. Yep, that is correct.
This is artlist.io.
Oh my gosh, no thank you. Stop feeding me these commercials. All right, here's the video. And I want to look for the part where he's got his booth set up. Yeah. Okay, so this is what it is. Looks pretty cool. Let's see if we can find a better picture of it all set up. This is just kind of like the side of it. Quickly browsing through, see if I can find anything good. No, okay, well, you get the basic idea. Oh, here it is, like, under construction. Okay. So what are these things? It looks like they kind of clamp onto the table. That is quite the setup. Maybe this is a little overambitious. I wonder if he's got it listed in the description. No. No. Okay, well, let's just see if we can find something similar to that. First of all, let's think about if that's even like something we want. So let's just plop that in there and see what it would look like. It's maybe like that big. Yeah, probably something like that. Let's get rid of this for now. It kind of starts right there, and it looks like it comes up a couple feet. Oh gosh, that's so hard to tell what those numbers are. Okay, so there's 30 inches right there. You know what? Hold on a second. We're just going to do 8. And, oh, okay, here we go. Radius can be, just look like maybe 1 inch thick poles. Let's make it 3 feet tall. 36. It looks about like what he's got over here. So one of those goes here. Another one goes over here. Another one goes here. Another one goes here. And this, it's rotated 90 degrees. Comes up to about right there. Looks like it comes out maybe a foot. Okay, and then there's like a bar that extends this way. As well. Oh, come on. Goes all the way across. And it also kind of sits on top of this. Like that. And like that. Yeah, that looks like that's about it. There's also like a small connector piece that runs this way. Probably just sits on top of these. Yeah, that's close enough. Okay, and then it gets draped. And let's see what that's going to look like. So my plan for this is just to kind of have these faces hit right where the draping would. was weird. I mean, close enough for now. Not the greatest mesh I've ever built, but gets the job done. Kind of goes like that. Then a smaller one right there. And again, we'll just have to kind of eyeball this. Sure. Sure. Gets the point across at least. Now, is this cool? Do we like this? Honestly, not so much. I don't like that this is like gonna obscure my face as people are walking by. So my thought is, let's just hide all this. In fact, we can hide all this too. Nope, not that. My thought is maybe we can just do banners instead. Keep these things. And like hang some banners across them. So maybe they come up a little bit higher, actually. I think they're 3 feet right now. What do we bump it up to 4? Oh, gosh. 48. There. Okay. Kind of like that. And then from here, we could hang like little 1 foot by 6 foot banners. $72. And this would just be 12, I guess. 12 is pretty small. 24. 24 is kind of big. Maybe 1.5, 18. That seems right. Now the problem is that, oh, you know what? Actually, that's not a problem. Here's what we're going to do. I was going to say the problem is that these banners will actually be slightly wider than we need them to be because there's going to be clamps on. But we can just move the poles to the side of the table. And I imagine that will solve that problem. Yeah. Seems good. Something like that. Okay, now we're getting somewhere. I'm sort of questioning whether we need this sign now. Would be cool. Might not be necessary. Let's do a little Amazon shopping. Do I have a window for that already? do? Okay, so we've recently discovered that we want our table to be 6 feet wide, 18 inches long, and 36 inches. Where's this 40? I think that's 40. That's 40. $72 by 40 by 18. $72 by 18 by 40. Does it exist? Iceberg, indestructible table. Well, we don't really need it to be indestructible. Don't imagine there will be too much destruction going on here. These are kind of expensive too. Six feet. What are the dimensions here? 18. Okay, so it's not tall enough. You can get 5 of these. Huh? Not really that great of a deal. It's an okay deal. Oh, this is interesting. Folding table risers. Is that exactly what we're looking for? Yeah, I think it might be. Okay. All right, yeah, maybe this is what we need. Bar height versus counter height. What's the difference? So this adds 8 inches. This adds 6. Gosh, so bad at math. 20, 24, 14 inches. Yeah, so we want to get to 40. 38 would probably be fine. Oh, it's all just right here. Okay. So it starts at 28. You get 36 or 42. You get a 30-inch table. It's going to be 38 and 44. Probably 38 is what we want. Okay, so that's good to know. That gives us some options. Okay, now I want to find these clamps. Hmm. So we've got this. Obviously, we don't want gold. Looks like this one only comes in gold, but it does look like it's doing what we want it to do. How about similar products? Hmm. So there's this lantern pole. It's pretty close to what we want, except we don't want to hang a lantern from it. Maybe it's fine, though. And maybe it is kind of actually what we want, to hang a sign. Goes up to, oh, it's only 3 feet tall. I think we wanted this to be 4 feet tall, right? Yeah. Four-foot pole with table clamp. Is that something? Not looking like it. Well, I'm sure that is a product that exists. I'm just not sure how to search for it right now. All right, let's move on to the next step here. So I don't love that this is like inset into the booth. I kind of want to utilize all 10 feet that we've been given here. So I would almost consider moving back to a 8-foot table design. Oh, wait. Which I think would bring this more kind of out like this. Maybe more like this. $96. Make it kind of like that. Then, of course, you need an 8-foot banner instead of 6-foot. Yeah. So with this setup, maybe we put a banner like right in the corner here. Maybe that's the play. That's kind of cool. Yeah, I'm liking that. Not super sure how we get in and out of this booth, but, cross that bridge when we come to it. Probably don't need this thing in this case. Oh, or we could rotate it. And that would just kind of be storage. It's kind of cool. Yeah, that's nice. Looks good. I think probably this thing gets rotated, pushed up against the other wall. Just use that for our own storage. Probably there's a table back here too. One of the ones that Dice Tower gives us. Which would make it 6 feet, not 8 feet. I think probably 28 inches tall. And I think 2 feet wide. So we probably go like that. Okay. I'm liking this. I think we even have a banner already that we can put up here. Not in there. So it must be in here. Oh, gosh. Am I crazy? Where's this file? There it is. Nice. I think that's stretched a little bit, but it gets the point across. And this one. I think we want this. Yeah. Cool. And we can just plug in maybe the Mythmash banner for now. Ooh, that's going to need to get fixed. Okay. Weird. Come on. Okay, is this upside down? Yes, okay. Do, 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 do. Boom. Oh, come on. Nice, okay. Like that. Like this. Like this. Nope. Like that. Okay, that should fix it. Very nice. Okay, this is starting to look cool. Let's add some color to this. Oh, wait, no. That share material. This side will be black. And this will be yellow. This thing needs to be black. Okay, yeah, that could be black. This thing needs to be yellow. And then yellow needs to be yellow. Looks pretty good. This will also be black. And you know what, we'll go ahead and make that black as well. And while we're at it, I imagine the poles will also be black. Nice. Very nice. Oh, gosh. All right, what kind of time were we looking at here? We've been going for about 2 hours. This might be about time to call it. I mean, the next thing I would do is go in and like put some games in here, build some game boxes, set them up on the table, so we know what that's going to look like, and then build the Mythmash box, set those up there. Still would like to maybe come up with a different way to display these little games. So that's something I'm going to think on. And maybe we'll revisit next time. Oh, what is going on back there? Okay. But yeah, I think for now, I'm pretty happy with this. I think it's going to be a cool looking booth. Cool. Well, I'm going to go ahead and wrap up. Thanks everybody for tuning in today. Oh yeah, I forgot to mention this at the start, but I've been uploading some videos to my YouTube channel as well. So if you missed last week's stream, that will be up there very soon. I got some shorts on there that are like basically just edited down versions of that stream. Pretty cool. You can watch the whole thing in 2 minutes if you really want to. Yeah, so this will also be going on that channel, hopefully in the next few days here. Less than a week. It was a week turnaround this time. That was kind of too much. I had to get some stuff out of the way. I was like figuring out how to edit these down and that sort of thing. Hopefully it's faster next time. So my goal is to have it down to less than a week turnaround time. But yeah, that'll about do it for us. Thank you again for tuning in. It's been Studio Spicy. And I'll catch you next time. Have a good one.